Hello, everybody. Tan, thank you so much for the tier 1. Thank you, thank you. The board looks sick with your desktop wallpaper, Alex. Right? Honestly, I like the theme going on. Plus the green wall. It looks sick. What's up, Cracked? How you doing? Very interested in this board. Happy you're taking a look. Yeah, it's cheap. It's very, very cheap and actually looks really, really, really solid too. I think this maxes out depending on what you want to get at even like $150 unless you get EC stuff. EC stuff's another story. Hello, everybody. Cozy gray felt vibes just when I swap my gray desk mat for a beige one. I would still prefer the beige one, but they don't have a beige one in the size that I want. I actually like the warmer tones on the desk, but this is as like good as I'm gonna get, unfortunately. Grid. I don't know why the alerts aren't working. Maybe it's just one of those days where they're delayed. Oh, they're not popping up on my other thing here either. I'll just read the alerts today. I don't know what's wrong with the alerts. Hello, everybody. How you guys doing? Great. Thank you so much for the tier 1. This keyboard looks like it's going to be crazy good value. Agreed. Yeah, nothing's popping up. I apologize, guys. If I'm a little awkward with alerts today, then it's because I have to manually read them. I don't know, sometimes it does that. Sometimes I have to like restart everything, which I'm not gonna right now. No British man sob. No, just me. I forgot to ask last time, what brand did you get for this massive felt desk pad? Beaver Peak. It's a Canadian brand. It wasn't like crazy expensive considering like the one from Grove Made's like $200 and something. This was about 100 Canadian, I think, plus shipping and tax. So not ideal, but honestly, they were really nice about things. Like, they actually took off all the branding off of this, too, so that's good. Really good. I didn't really want the branding on this. But how are you guys all doing? Are you watching Love Island? No. I tried watching that one time. Let me tell you guys a story. I tried watching Love Island once with my girlfriend. I also watched Love is Blind once. And I watched a full season of Love is Blind. And I'm not sure if it's exactly the same. I would maybe consider them a little bit of a different show. Same kind of concept, all of reality TV. I am never watching Love is Blind or Love Island again. I think they're just not my things. I feel like I get anxiety looking and watching as people like put themselves in the most ridiculous situations. So even outside of just not being my cup of tea, I don't like feeling that way, and I don't know if you guys know what I mean. It's fun brain rot. Man, I don't think it's like fun to me though. I get super anxious. I don't get anxious about IRL stuff. I get anxious about watching people put themselves in really shitty situations. Just built my Nut 65 of loving it. Thanks for helping me. Anytime, Yang. Like, the last season of Love is Blind, which is the only season I've watched, that one guy, I forget his name, he was kind of creepy, but he put himself in like such weird positions, dude. Also, Oz, thank you, dude. I appreciate the tier 1. I know there's no alerts today, but I really appreciate it. I remember you mentioning before, are you currently watching the new From episodes? Yeah, I don't know if there's like a new one that came out this week, but I'm pretty caught up. Apparently everyone's not liking it. I actually really like From. I think the new season's like pretty good too. I think people are complaining about the actors and actresses, and I don't know. I think it's alright. Like, it hasn't changed much from last season, so I don't know what people are complaining about. Chris, that was it. Yes, sent it. That was the guy's name. Temptation Island is meta? Nah, dude. I'm having a blast with Spider Cage? What's that? I think... Oh, you mean Spider-Man Nicolas Cage. I see what you mean in it. I got you. I think being in a loving, secure relationship, it's like living vicariously through others that would never get to be in, so it's not anxiety-inducing. It's just... it's like seeing how the other side is. But I think to me that's like anxiety-inducing. I'm just like, I would never want to go through this. It's weird, dude. I don't know. It just seems like a lot of arguing back and forth with some of these people, too. Like, on the negative side. Whenever they show happy couples, I'm happy to watch. I feel like not much has been happening, and we are 7 episodes into the series. I feel like we should be getting some more answers. I'll agree with you on that front. I feel like the setup for From right now in the current season is way too long. and exhausting. And I think maybe that's what's causing people to be like, what's going on with the show? So I agree with you there. Do I watch the World Cup? I won't be partaking. I don't know if I have the time to watch anything else right now. Like, I'm barely getting through some episodes of TV that I want to watch. Is the Swag Keys HEPCD for the schema 6.25 or UF7U? I will get more info on that because that's kind of like a last minute addition. But let me talk to Bull. I'm pretty positive it's 7U. Let me talk to Bull though. I would never go through it either. It's like seeing the messy couples. Ah, man, we have different no pun intended dynamics here at Dynamite. It's I just can't do it, man. Makes me nervous.
Ayo 6 months.
I guess it's starting to read now. I don't know why it does this for. It's so slow some days. It's gonna be like 20 minutes behind now. Tofu 60 was delivered today. Still waiting for GMK Pompeii. Nice set. I had a similar experience watching Obsession. Should give me panic attacks and flashbacks. I wonder if that movie would cause me some grief too. I feel like it might. But okay, really quick, guys. I wanted to show you guys this. Dude. This thing is so dope. It's from S-Craft. They sent it over. Oh. Does my top camera not work right now? What's going on, top camera? That's weird. Okay. This is an artisan tray from High Crumpled. Thank you so much for the tier 1. No, dude, it's real. This thing's so fucking cool. I don't care what anyone says. It's a tray, yeah. So I kind of put the Pokemon Center on top, but they reach out to me. S-Craft is like, hey, do you want to take a look at this? And usually I'm kind of like on artisan trays. I don't ever keep them on my desk. I'm keeping this one here on my desk, dude. This is probably like the cutest artisan tray I have ever laid my eyes on. Like, it's so well done. Edible cookies. It's so cool. And then I themed it out with some grass Pokemon too. I thought that was a nice touch. Yeah, I feel like this is the only one ever that's going to sit on my desk. Usually I get sick of the artisan trays and then move them off just because they kind of take up a lot of space. This is from S-Craft. They did send this over. This is not really
this
like...
This keyboard looks to be crazy good value.
It's going to be so delayed now with these things. They did send this over. They just sent the product. They didn't want me to do anything with it. They just said do whatever. But yeah, I decided this thing's fucking cool. The nice thing about S-Craft stuff too is it's not that expensive. I think this comes out in like 6 days. But it's not terribly, terribly expensive, which is nice about S-Craft stuff. What is your favorite Pokemon type? Man, I feel like favorite Pokemon changes a lot. You know, at one point for a long time, Scyther was my favorite Pokemon. And then I think Gengar, but I think a lot of people really like Gengar. And then I went to, man, I feel like there was a few other ones that I don't remember the names of that I was like, yeah, I'm for this. But I think right now I'm on Snorlax. I think like Snorlax is my boy, bro. There's been some new ones from the new series that have been super cool too. It's just going to start reading. Thank you again, Oz. Thank you again, Grade 10. Thanks for the subs. My favorite is the classic Rayquaza. Or Rayquaza? Rayquaza is nice. Are they making a set on that or something? Where is the love for the useless fish? I think Magikarp's dope. But I think for me, like if I had to pick Magikarp, I'm picking Gyarados. Like, that's who I'm picking. The Lysol didn't work. I don't know what to do. Is it chips or is it just paint transfer in it? You could try a little bit of like rubbing alcohol. I don't know what that'll do to your coating though, Annette. I really don't. I've always had good luck with just like soap and water. Because that sucks if it's like more than just paint transfer. The useless fish is crazy though. Doctor Who is not coming out with a Christmas episode, not for another 2 years. Man, I have yet to start Doctor Who. I heard that's like an interesting one to get into as well. I like Doug Trio. I think Doug Trio's my boy there. Ashes, Squirtle, Bulbasaur, Charmander, Snorlax, Heracross. Heracross is right here, actually. Heracross is dope. I think Heracross has always been cool. If you guys like went back in time and bought Pokemon Red, Blue, or whatever, who are you picking? Charizard? Or I guess Charmander, Bulbasaur, or Squirtle? Who from the original OG trio are you guys picking up? I need to know. Charmander? Nah, dude. I think I've changed. I think I'm going Bulbasaur every day of the week. Give me Bulbasaur, dude. Dude, right? Bulbasaur's dope. Short King Charizard? Have a Squirtle Squad tatted on my forearm? That's sick, dude. I'm a Squirtle kind of guy now. Do you guys feel like you've changed since like then? I feel like I have. I think for me, originally it was Charmander every day of the week. And now I'm just like kind of over Charmander. I'm like, give me Bulbasaur, dude. Thank you again, Crumpled. Okay. Really quick, though, let's introduce this board. The KRAZE 65. This is a board being produced by Kazuha and designed by Nuxross. I believe it's just Nuxross. I don't think anyone else has really put any work into this. I'm not 100% positive, actually. Thank you again. Thank you, Grev. So, they did send this board out for me to take a look at. I'm not keeping this board, nor is it a paid review. This is just me taking a look at this keyboard here. I just wanted to take a look at it. Everyone's been hyping it up. So this is just me taking a look. But they did send it out for me to look at. I am sending it right back, though. Literally sending it out the moment I'm done here. So, this is a kit that is sub $100 if you decide to go solder, which is pretty crazy. It is a $95 kit if you just want to go plateless. Pretty crazy. Now, there is a bunch of different options here, which I will show you guys really quick. Let me just change it back to here and window capture it. Okay. There is some other options here we can go with, and this is basically the entire screen here, but we have a few different colors being... Can you guys see? Yeah, you guys can see. We have black, Cloud Dancer, purple, raw, which I don't know what's going on here, Unikeys, but the website's a little fucky-wucky. We have ruby red. I don't know what's happening here. Hold on one sec. Okay, ruby red. We have vintage. Let me go back here, actually. Let me restart this. One sec. We have black, Cloud Dancer, purple, raw, ruby red, vintage, and then we have different weight colors we can go with, which is black, gold, red, and silver. Now, here comes the customization part. You can go no PCB, which I'm assuming this might work with the Universal. That I have to double check. And then we have a solder PCB, which is just a plateless build. I won't be doing this one here today, but technically this can be $95. Then you can go with hot swap, which will add 15, which makes this keyboard around $100. If you really want to, though, you can start adding some add-ons. Now, I actually kind of like this particular aspect of this particular group buy, even outside of what the KRAZE is. I think this is a neat touch, just doing the carrying case as an additional purchase. I think that is fantastic. Really cool, because not everyone wants a carrying case. We've talked about this many, many times. Very smart way to go about this. There is some copper weights, which I think we have one of the weights here for, this is like the battery filler, I think, weights or something. I think we have one of them here. But you can get some internal weights, a foam kit, and extra bump on feet. With that being said, let me just quickly make sure nothing's going to pop up when I scroll down here. Yes, you can get some extra stuff like PCBs. There's a tri-mode PCB. And here, I'll show you guys. Well, I can't actually because the last 4 digits of my credit card's on here. But they have plates. So they have a whole bunch of different MX and Universal plates. Ranges from ALU, ABS, CF, PC, PEI, PP, and FR4. Better yet, show it. No. We have different PCBs being solder, hot swap, tri-mode, and the Venom PCB, as well as just a JST and daughter board connector. So you can get those as additional purchases. Again, though, what I really, really, really wish they would do with this board here, and again, I'm going to be slightly forgiving just because of the price point here. I really wish you could just pick your default plate. I feel like if you want to go hot swap, and then you end up getting a PC plate, I know it's only an additional $15 to start with, but it would be nice to just not have to be wasteful, right? And I say that just because, let's just say you have no intention of buying this with the PC plate. Like, you don't want to buy a PC plate. But it's cheaper, technically, just to buy the addition of the hot swap PCB. And then that's an extra $15, and then go buy a separate plate rather than buy a separate PCB and a separate plate. I feel like it would have been nice to just be able to pick and choose, one less thing to be kind of wasteful about. However, again, it's still not that bad of a price, even if you decide to go with an additional PCB or a plate. So pretty cool there. But past that, this is going to be running until June 30th. It does look like this is going to be shipping end of year, which we'll see about that. Layout support seems pretty, I'd say, like no frills for some of these things. So we get a pretty standard solder PCB with what looks like only 7U support. And then we also get a very, very basic hot swap PCB with a few things you can change around. But yeah, that's really going to be it. There's a whole bunch of different vendors. Monaco Keys, DiviniKey, KTech, Agleton, Neo Macro, MOKB. I mean, there's multiple vendors for different regions too. So tons of different vendors you guys can go through. He does explain why the PC plate only in his Discord. The designer mentioned the PCB was so cheap that it was more like a free bonus. Oh, okay. If it's just a free bonus, then sure. I mean, I guess you could look at it that way. If it has no inherent cost or doesn't change the keyboard at all, then I'm fine with that explanation. I am fine with that, actually. So that's good to know. I didn't see that part in the Discord. Alrighty, well, we can take a look at the keyboard now. Now, I'm going to be honest with you guys. I already had a little sneak peek, plus I've seen the pictures. I'm not expecting something super crazy machined for this price here, but I think it does a very good job. Well, we have an EC PCB here. I didn't assemble this. I don't even know what these are, but we have one here if we want to put this together. Okay. Yeah, I mean, this is a very standard fare case. If you're expecting something super duper dramatic with this case, then I don't think you're going to get that. They have a really cool pattern on the bottom, though. I did see that on the weights that they're offering, and I have to say this is a pretty standout piece over here. For a second there, I got confused, and I thought those lines were for long feet. But again, this is a very basic case. So when we look at this and we really kind of just dive in deep, we're getting very flat machining over here with just some embellishments. We're getting, thank you JQ for the tier 3, a very basic box on wedge side profile with just a little bit of something here on the bottom. I have to take out the PCB here. But yeah, pretty basic, I'd say. Pretty basic fare. I don't know why, but I really like the 4 X's on the back of the board. Gives it some character. Yeah, if they didn't do that, this would have been a very, very simple case. Again, though, this is exactly what I'm expecting for this price point. Literally exactly what I'm expecting. This probably doesn't take much to machine, and they really give you guys purchasing, or whoever's purchasing, part of those savings. So here's the back again. Yeah, it's a super basic shell. I think for people who just want something that works, I think this is going to be good. Did I see drama in the Discord?
1 times 27.
Guys, I'm not going to participate in adding more to drama. I have nothing to say other than... I have nothing to say about drama that goes on. Even stuff that people have tried to drag me into and, like, lump me into as well. People who create drama for whatever reason, instead of trying to talk about something civilly with people, that's on them. It's on them, and you know what? Life's fucking short, bro, and I don't need to be stressing about that kind of stuff, you know what I mean? I don't like how the KRAZE is going on top of the spiral there, the name of the board. I feel like it's not that bad. It's not exactly centered though, is it? But actually I don't mind that. Is it actually centered or not? Actually, I can't tell. I'll have to do some measurements later. It kind of doesn't look like it is. It's nothing, CJ, it's nothing that I'm involved in. People are just discussing things. It doesn't relate to Alex at all. Yeah, nothing that I'm involved in. Does it have posts for O-ring? I have to open this up and find out. Let's actually do that now. I also really like the feet here. This reminds me of the Lily. I think the Lily did this, right? Where they have the feet around the screw. Really like that. So let's open this up, see what's inside. I think we're going to be using, oh shit, where did I put those switches now? We're going to be using a new switch that Unikeys sent over. I got asked to build this together here, so. Just out of curiosity, have you seen / bought the Cap Santa Lumkey caps? I've heard of that set, Jonas, but I've never done it yet. Like, I've never seen it. Okay, let me open this up. Just out of curiosity, already with them there. It was an error on the prototype. Nux said it'll be fixed on the production unit. Oh, okay. No one told me that. I didn't see that particular post. What bit is this? Dude, my eyesight is fricked today. Bro doesn't even know what his partner is doing. You just call Bull my partner? I'm flattered. Bull might have mentioned it to me, man. Dude, listen. I love keyboard stuff. But I can literally never, ever, even since the day I started getting into keyboards, feel like I'm keeping up with what's being released. It is way too freaking difficult. Holy, these are very small. Wait, how does this open? Does this just open from the bottom? Or is this just, we pull this out? Oh, I guess this is just pulled out. This is just the weight. I am curious to see what's underneath the weight though. Let's see. These are super duper tiny screws. Look how small they are. This is all that's holding the weight in. Oh, this is a really thin piece. Okay, never mind. Okay, question for you guys though. Probably better that we opened it this way. I did receive the stainless weights to go in this. Do you guys want me to put those in or no? We can obviously we can swap them as we build, but do you guys want me to start with that or not start with that? It doesn't really matter, but. Is this it? Yes. So we have stainless weights, which also have machining, which is a cool touch. Start without? Okay, we'll start without, and then we can swap later. Okay, so there's the screws for this. I'll leave the weights here. All right. So we have our daughter board that sits on the bottom here, and then just feeds through the bottom of the case. Again, pretty simple. I wonder what these screws are for here. I don't know what that's for. Is there an internal weight as well that I need to look at? What are those screws for? I've been trying to figure out why there's holes that seem to be for gaskets of some sort. Holes like for what, sorry? Backside? Oh, these? I don't know what these are for, actually. These 4 random pieces. Maybe this was intended, maybe this is like a prototype thing. I don't know. I really couldn't tell you guys. They look like they're supposed to hold a screw though, but then nothing pops out on this side. I don't know. Speed holes? Yeah, what could it have been is maybe originally there was supposed to be like a 2-piece weight or something. I really didn't know. There's stainless steel inserts, maybe you can screw them in. Well, the inserts go here. That's where the inserts go. Right? These, I don't know what they're for. Again, maybe like something that started off as one thing but ended up as another. Interesting. All right, well, let's put this back together. Let's put the foam pieces back in. The ano looks fine. I would say that it is very good for this price point. Oh, yeah, those ones there, Jonas. JS entered Group Buy on this, just entered Group Buy on this, and it honestly looks fire for the price. I mean, yeah, for the price point, can't really go wrong. What do you mean this board's $100? Depending on the configuration. If you guys decide to go EC, we can price it out together, but that would be obviously an additional cost. Shouldn't the ano be the same as the Plus 34? Well, it's Kezwa doing it, so technically, yeah. The ano from Kezwa has historically been pretty good. I think there's definitely been a few like unsavory things, but okay, hold on one second. Kezwa's had a few mishaps in the past, but which manufacturer hasn't? Okay, there's one. All right. Have you and Bull considered doing a machine mark weight for the... I don't know what board that is in it. Sorry. I'm not sure what you just said, but I don't know what board that is. The edema? I'm not sure. Translator. No, we have... Don't we have one? We have one. Alright, I don't like one thing about this case, though. I can already tell I don't like it, and I wonder if this will... Okay, I don't think it will. I don't like this. This is the only thing, and I don't know if Nuxross has mentioned anything, but see how this part bows outwards? It's really thin, right? So that is my only gripe with this. It starts off like, and again, this is not screwed in like crazy. Starts off pretty normal here, and then you can see it getting larger towards the center, and then it bows outwards, and then it goes back to normal on this side. Same thing with this part over here. And I'm wondering if that's just because this is 4 screws. I feel like you might have needed 6 screws for this. So one more here and one more here. Probably just my desk. Oh, get out of here. Yeah, I feel like maybe 2 extra screws would not hurt this in the slightest and would do nothing for the cost. But yeah, that's a small little aspect. Again, is that forgivable for $100? That is up to you guys. It shouldn't impact the way this sits on the desk. We should be good there. But it does feel like a bit of an oversight. Alright though, let's, I guess, start assembling the PCB. This shouldn't be a long build at all, which is cool. Hi Zan, how you doing? Thank you for the Prime. Yeah, so again, I'm not going to say this is not forgivable or forgivable, but it's definitely something that I'd like to point out, because I have literally seen this on other boards and people have kind of caused a riot over it. So it's good that we point it out, right? It's good that we bring things like this up. I think that's a really easy fix, and I don't know about you guys, I don't even care if this has 2 more screws on the bottom. If this had 2 over here, it would not impact the way this looks to me at all. I think it would actually be cooler with 2 more screws. Alrighty. Let's get some stabs. Let's sort this out. So again, layout-wise on this, like I mentioned earlier, we're pretty fixed. We do get split, thankfully. No additional bottom row support, which is, I mean, becoming more of a standard thing to not get more bottom row support. I feel like they could have added it here. So I guess we're just doing 7U. So 4 stabs total. Yeah, I feel like more and more people are adopting 7U anyways, so I don't know how big of a deal this is anymore. Like, I still will say more support goes a long way. I know some projects can't offer that, but I don't know. I feel like that's a tough one to criticize. Obviously, it's up to the designer. I feel like on this board it wouldn't have been hard to add, but maybe it was. Who knows? Do you think this will be the new Neo 65? The answer is no. I don't know how to properly... Let me try to formulate my answer. So just give me a moment while I try to think of the correct way to say this. Or maybe I'll just say it, and then if I fuck up, well, I fuck up. I think Neo, regardless of the additional price that Neo is, it's still pretty cheap. Neo has something that this probably won't ever have, and this is not a slight to the designer or anything, but Neo has a larger scaling effect to their brand. Meaning they can offer small premiums or larger premiums versus something like this, strictly because they have more room to do so with their budget because of their large MOQs. It's very tough to say that this is going to be the new Neo or something. I knew you guys were going to say room the moment I said it. Sorry, Chai, I'll have to read this. Thinking this may be my last keyboard stream for a while. I'm ashamed to admit, but I've been spending way too much and nearly half it's on keyboards. Chayo, we'll be sad that you're gone, but if that's what it takes for you to calm down with spending, then I get it. You're always free just to hang and not spend, though. Always, always. And don't be ashamed. We all go through stuff like that. But always think about your expenditures and your finances. I always tell you guys that. Always, always. Would you rather us say Rum or Greg? I don't know anymore, man. I'm feeling bullied. Maybe Neo was just on a really long break. I actually don't know what color this is. I mean, I thought this was vintage as well, but it doesn't look like vintage. This might just be one of the prototype colors. It doesn't match anything they've really put on the website, to be honest with you guys. This is just brown. So I'm assuming this is nothing that they're offering. Too bad I like this color. Yeah, me too. You don't really see a lot of like chocolate brown colors like this. Oh well. Okay, let me get I need this back actually. I'm resting my camera on this. The colors they're offering aren't that bad though, admittedly. Right, let's grab this guy and let's start lubing our stabilizers. Nama, chocolate. Oh, speaking of which, I might be giving away the Nama. I also have another like 10 boards that I'll probably give away next month for you guys too. Just doing my usual going through things and then realizing I just don't need any of these things. And I'm gonna keep it a buck. I actually found like a little bin of old prototypes again that I'd put aside waiting for people to give me addresses. But honestly, it's been like 3+ years for some of these boards, and I don't think anyone's given me any addresses anytime soon, especially because half of these people have just like disappeared. So I'm going to be giving them away to you guys. I'll organize all that next month. I'm not doing plateless with Hot Swap. I'm going to use a plate. We're actually going to be using some switches that Unikey sent over. Let me just find the details. They asked this last minute, and I'm totally fine with using them because I'm actually curious. They're called Toriro switches. They're a light tactile made from Wingtree. Did they send you copper weight perchance? No, they just sent me this stain. Oh wait, no, maybe they did. I know they sent me like one more thing. Where is it actually? Oh, right here. They did send me one other thing. Right here. Sorry, guys. Forgot about this. They sent me this weight. Keep forgetting there's like 2 boxes this came in. The copper one.
Hey mate, hope you're well.
Whoa, that's cool. I think this one here probably won't bow, but we'll see. When we get there, we'll put it on. Thank you again, Zan. I know it's delayed, but thank you, dude. How am I today? I'm good. I woke up a little bit stressed today. I feel like even though I've been getting 8 hours of sleep, I don't know why. I feel like I just haven't found a few days to really take off for myself. Every time I find a day where I'm like, I'm not doing anything. Like yesterday, for example, I ended up falling into the trap of, I'll just do one quick thing for work. And then I ended up working until 1 a.m. yesterday. So I think yesterday I took like 30 minutes to myself. So I'm hoping maybe tomorrow I can just like really separate myself from work. But I think that's kind of how I've been. Just a little bit exhausted from burning myself out, I guess. I think the KRAZE is really interesting, especially for the price. But the last 3 keybs I built were the Eve 65, Neo 80, CU, and Nagar. I'm really worried I just won't live up to those. I mean, I can tell you guys the honest truth afterwards. I've built all 3 of those things. But I also think, on another note, what does it mean to live up to another keyboard, you know? I would want a keyboard to kind of find its own path. And maybe that's what you mean by that. But we'll see. Did you hear Toriro? Did I hear Toriro switches? Those are upcoming Toriro switches, I think. Yes, they're going to be a light tactile. I put them somewhere. I brought them downstairs, but I think I see them in the corner over there. I'll go grab them here in a moment. Capitalism sometimes traps us. I need to take time off and I need to propose to my GF. Dude, do it. Absolutely. Well, I think, interesting topic there too is I think it's actually very healthy to take breaks from hobbies sometimes if you find yourself just getting overwhelmed with spending. You guys know how I feel about that. I've been through that with my hobbies where I've just gone too crazy and spent way too much. I don't think it's necessarily a good idea to keep bashing your head against a wall hoping this is the last time or this is the final keyboard that scratches the itch. I think a hobby, in my humble opinion, and this is obviously very personal, should be about finding a time to relax. And then if you're stressing about spending money on said hobby, you're not really relaxing. So, like I've always said, there's going to be, people say I don't want to miss out on XYZ. There's going to be a next time. There's going to be a product that comes out in however long that you're going to be like, man, I should have saved money for this. It's all inevitable. It will happen to you. Like you will feel FOMO, but then you'll feel like you're being wasteful after you buy those things. The best thing I can tell you is if you're not 100% in on what you want to buy, and there's 2 parts to this, and you can't really afford it, or sorry, that if you can, let me put it this way here. If you can afford to do something, really afford it. Not just you have money in your bank account, you could use it for something else, but you're going to choose this. And you really, really want it without doubting, just grab it. But if there's doubt in your mind, don't buy it. I also feel like within keyboards, what's really helped me is to be more selective of products. And this has really like made me love the hobby. Be more selective, really understand like the designer's visions of things, for things that I really want to spend my money on. Taking my time and not rushing to pick things up is the other thing too. Like, if I'm uncertain, sometimes I just wait for the extras. And if I'm still uncertain, that means I don't want it. But if I'm like, you know what, I kind of do want this now, it's worth the extra $20. I know this is a stupid way to think about it. I know extras can be more money, and sometimes we go like, well, I really want it because I saved $20. I honestly think if you're uncertain, it's worth the $20 or however much it is. I say that because I actually just bought a keycap set where I waited until the extras to be certain. At least then I'm not buying stuff that's going to sit in my closet and never get used, which is a waste of $150, right? But again, if you're uncertain, don't buy stuff. If you can save up more and participate in smaller projects instead of buying multiple cheaper boards. Yeah, there's also that side of the hobby too, and this is not to take away from this
Thinking
as well.
this may be my last keyboard stream for a while.
Now it's saying,
I'm ashamed to admit it,
no!
but I've been spending way too much and nearly
Good timing.
half of it has been on keyboards. Much love to you all, but I think I should probably step back after this.
I totally get it. But yeah, I think that's a great way to look at things too. Like, not to take away from buying cheaper boards, right? Because sometimes buying cheaper boards is fun. You get to have a small project you do over a weekend. It's not really too expensive. You might end up loving it. But I think there's also some joy of participating in smaller batch stuff, really being involved with the
Alexotos wave.
Thank you, Jason. Appreciate you, man. I buy more keycaps than keyboards. I feel like we all go through that phase. Will there be extras for schema? I think it looks nice, but a year fulfillment's a while, and things could change for me. I mean, most likely. Absolutely. It won't be exactly a year. It'll be the same as Manta, which will be about 6 or 8 months. I'm not going to say 7. I think we're looking more at like half a year or something, not a full year. Because by the time schema is concluded, it should be the end of summer, like probably end of July. That's when the group I technically would conclude. Spending too much is bad, but designing your own is even worse degree of addiction. Again, I'm not here to tell anyone what to do, but all I can tell you is make healthy choices. That's it. Healthy choices will make you enjoy your hobbies more. If that means passing on things, don't be afraid to pass on things. Don't feel sold on, you gotta get this, this is the new hype product, or I gotta get this because it might be worth XYZ in the future. That's where they trick you. I think right now is the desert era of GMK, since so many sets are out of stock everywhere. I think more people are, I don't know, I feel like the hobby goes through phases, right? At one point you can get GMK everywhere, now it's like tougher to find. But I think vendors are buying less extras now, to be honest with you. I've been throttling my spending by only buying keycaps when I have a keyboard needing keycaps. I miss out on some of the sets, sure, but then my purchases become more deliberate. Love that, dude. That's exactly what I'm talking about too, man. Because you know what? I'm ashamed to say this. This whole cupboard over here, right off stream, this is filled with all of the PBT stuff I picked up. And a lot of it, well, there's a lot in there, is unused. Because I thought I wanted it, and I said, well, I'm just going to buy this, and maybe I'll find a use for it. Never used it. And nowadays, I don't even really use PBT. Sell it to me. Well, I've been giving them away. So I gave away like 10, I think, to the last Toronto meetup. I probably will do the same thing this year. Pick some and choose some and give them away. I've been giving them away with giveaways as well. So, but yeah, just be more deliberate, man, because you don't want to end up with stuff that just sits there and collects dust. Because then you feel bad about it. Then you feel extra bad. Oh, I need one more stab wire. I kind of do the inverse. I buy keycaps then buy a board based off the keycaps. I mean, both work. You know? I think that's also super valid. Okay, this is good. Perfect wire. Maybe my bad hearing is the reason. No, dude, we all have different preferences. Nothing to do with bad hearing. I'm sure your hearing is fantastic. And if it isn't, then I'm sure just your preferences are different than mine, you know. What really killed the hobby for me was space. After you run out of the room. Dude, this is exactly why I won't get into Gunpla. I totally get you there, bro. People are always like, you should totally get into Gunpla. Where am I putting all this stuff? I don't even have room for the keyboards. And I think that's just like the truth, is eventually you run out of space to do your hobbies. Which leads into our conversation of just being more deliberate with your purchases. You know? But then again, too, like, don't be afraid to, like, sell something you don't want. Have the Gunpla hold up the keyboards? Are the Gunpla strong enough for that, though? I have so many boxes of Gunpla in your room. I only build big kits cost more, so I have to be more deliberate. I like that too. Dude, just at the end of the day, no one's shaming you for buying anything, right? No one's doing anything, but just spend wisely. That's all. That's all I ask everyone. Spend wisely, be financially responsible. I would love to have space in my place for Gunpla. It doesn't work. I don't got the room. I'm huge into Gunpla, great hobby as well. Working on kit now, 7 months in. Are you painting it and stuff too? One day, guys. One day, I'll properly say it and then no one can tell me anything. The Machina Tigas extra sold out like hotcakes. When did those sell? Was that recent? See, I have a salary, but I'm legally too blind to drive, so the money I save on car stuff... You know what, CJ? For a long time, I also did not have a car. And you know what? Not having a car... the expenses that come with owning a vehicle, CJ, is so crazy. Because now that we just got a vehicle recently. And it's not fun, man. It kind of eats up your fun money. So I totally get it, man. Working the base/stand, I'm opposed to picking the hobby. Dude, do it. I'd love to see. Do I have to pay for parking? I mean, not where we are right now, but if we decide to go downtown for any reason, which this is the crux of stuff in Toronto, right? You want to go downtown for any reason, you're paying for parking. Minimum $5 for half an hour, which is like, you just roll your eyes. You can maybe get lucky and find a side street that has like parking that's like for 4 or 5 hours, but yeah, pretty much paying. And then where we are, if we want to go uptown, that's like 40-50 minutes, so you're just spending a lot of money in gas. I paid $8 per hour in downtown Vancouver yesterday. Dude, it's so expensive. What plate should we use today? I am personally thinking aluminum, but we have every plate here, I think. Let me actually go find those switches when we decide to. Now, I thought I had everything at my desk here, but I guess I didn't. One sec. Where did I stick them? Oh, right here. These are not the final colors, I've been told. These colors will change for the switches, but... I don't know if I have the unwipe or the PEI play. I say unwipe. PEI stuff I don't have. I think aluminum. I don't know. I don't know what'll pair very well with light tactiles. What's this? Is this FR4? Maybe we do FR4? So we have FR4, we have PP, aluminum, and then we have PC. So we have a bunch of the plates. We're missing like the ABS plate and the PEI plate. Jeb, what's up, dude? No PEI. Also, hello. Hello, Naveed. How are you? No FR4? What did Naveed use? Did he use aluminum? I won the raffle for the TMO last week. Super hyped for it. I couldn't find a build stream for it. That's because I did it a long time ago, Unicorn. I just shipped them today. Alu only? Oh shit, maybe we do something different then. Build with PC as it comes up with default. You know what? Let's do PC. Let's do PC because it's the default plate. Fudge it. I think that's a good way to go. It's solder. All right, so some details on these switches that I was sent over for us to take a look at today. The switches are light tactiles from Wingtree. They're called Torero switches. And I guess they're going to be available soon-ish. But these are in stock form. Very, very light tactile. Actually, they sound pretty good. Wingtree's been the underdog recently with switches. I feel like they've been doing some good stuff. Although I might have to use a plate fork for this. One sec, guys. Unicorn, it's already built for you, though. It's already assembled. You just need to put keycaps on it. Always the first thought, aluminum. It's okay. We'll do aluminum another day, maybe for this. If I get to keep this for like more than 1 or 2 days, maybe we'll find another day to do it. I think PC will be a fun combo with this. Well, okay, so from what I was told from you guys, apparently the reason you can't swap the standard plate is because PC was so cheap to produce, they're just kind of including it with the purchase of a hot swap PCB. Which is interesting, I guess. I like polypropylene spacebars the best. I think PC can be hit and miss for me. Sometimes PC can be a little too plasticky for me. But if I'm ever doing foamy builds, I like PC more. Hot take, the PC plate sounded a bit too plasticky for me. That is funny that you just said that. Schema include a piece of your mustache? I mean, if it happens to fall in the box, it happens, you know? It was legit as you mentioned it too. That is funny, Destin. Also, how are you doing, man? I feel like I haven't said hi to you in a while. But yeah, PC is interesting. And I think this is why people have been leaning away from PC. It's just some people have been wanting more of like a full sound profile. But like I said, PC works really well with foam. Still waiting for the response on Discord 1 eternity later. Oh gosh. Yeah. Again, I'm not trying to make excuses about why I'm so bad with Discord, but if I ever miss messages and you guys need me to respond to things, don't be afraid to just ping me again. It's the way that Discord handles messages. Like, I'm not even kidding you guys. Since yesterday, my last message was actually from a friend of mine who I'm going to be hopefully seeing soon. And that is already 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23 messages deep from one singular day ago. And I guarantee you, if I don't respond to his message soon, it's going to go right to the bottom and then disappear from the list. Bro definitely hates me. No, didn't I respond to you, huh? Pretty sure I did. I told you I ordered the switches and everything and we're going to be streaming, or I guess I was going to be building it soon for you. I'm pretty sure I did. Guys, just ping me again. Please, please, please. I'm so sorry if I miss your messages. Guys, I'm telling you, Discord sucks for messages when it comes to that, man. Because don't forget, too, I also get messages from people Like, you know what happens a lot? I get, hi, we're this factory from China and we make PCBs. Are you interested? And I get like 3 of those a day. So that just adds to the numbers. Doing good though, man. I left my old job and I've been sitting on savings, just mentally resetting. Bro, sometimes we all need that, right? You want to go back into serving with local winery restaurant? Hell yeah, man. Seems pretty high end. Yeah. It's funny. I was just having this conversation with someone, Dustin, about mentally just like, I called it blanking out. Like sometimes we just kind of need to mentally just, like you said, reset, dude. You don't suffer from people begging for free stuff? Oddly enough, no one begs me for free things in Discord. It's only over IG and Facebook. Actually, mostly just Instagram, to be honest with you. TikTok as well, but I don't check messages at all from TikTok. Do you get ever overwhelmed? All the time. That is legitimately one of the most overwhelming parts about doing what I'm doing is the messages. At first, when I first started doing this stuff, it was not overwhelming because it was like 2 people a day. And then it got, I think the worst was during COVID. It was like, I am not even kidding you. I have message requests on too from people that I don't share, like mutual followers or like mutual friends. That would be constantly filled, and messages per day were like, I don't know, 40 to 50 messages of people asking me about things, like even just opinions and stuff, which I always felt very guilty for not responding. Well, I think it's not even so much that crummy. I feel like some people just have questions that are very valid, right? And I wish I can help everyone, but it's so time consuming. It would be the entire part of my day. Sometimes just corresponding with people about like, hey, do you think X would sound good with Y? But I genuinely always feel so bad when I can't. I've been getting a lot of emails like that recently too, and there was one day where I caught myself just spending like an hour researching something for someone, and I'm like, listen, I would love to do this. Like I had to just stop myself, but I just can't. Like it's an hour of my day, and I have other stuff I need to get done. But yeah, I apologize to anyone who sent me Discord DMs. It's literally like the worst place to message me on. I don't think I've ever really gotten DMs on Facebook. I only recently started using Facebook for posting content. What's your email? It should be on the bottom of my website. I hate saying it out loud because I think I made a mistake making my email. It's alex@alexotos.com. I don't know why I put my first name and then at alexotos again. I should have done that, yeah. But I didn't. I did alex@alexotos. I should have done something else. I should have just been like email at Alex, but I just did Alex twice. So stupid. But it's on the bottom of my website in case you ever need to. Bro loves his name. You know what it was? Okay, Mandy, I'm gonna tell you the truth. I was so excited making an email for myself, right? Because I've never had like a personal email with my own domain name. And I was like, I'm Alex. Like, you know, you just kind of want like the simple ones. And then I read it back and I'm like, Alex@alexotos. I'm like, that is redundant. Why did I do that for? But then I started using it and I just said, fuck it. I'm going to keep it this way. But the more I think about it, I should have just put mail@alexotos.com. I think that would have been better. Just something, or info or something like that. I don't know. I will become Discord secretary and buy my own desk that's not warped if you give me the ability to mute Annette. What did Annette do today? Alex Otis at Yahoo. I actually do still have a Yahoo email that I use for a few things. Don't make fun of me. It was if you guys remember, let me tell you guys the reason, okay, before I get yelled at and laughed at. At one point, you remember Flickr? I think at one point Flickr made me use Yahoo email. So that is why I ended up with a Yahoo email. Unk? Leave me alone. I do? Damn, I'm old. Flickr, that's a name I've not heard in a long time. Hey man, Flickr was a cool place to share images at one point. That's some crazy Unk knowledge. Oh gosh. Plain potato chip lover at rum.ca. That's crazy. I wonder if rum.ca is an actual domain for anything. I should just take a photo of my room, and that'll be the only thing you see. Nexopia, what is that? I don't remember that one there. Flickr is true unk. I had my photography collection on DeviantArt. I also have a DeviantArt. Haven't used it in probably like 15 plus years. I don't think anyone uses DeviantArt anymore, right? That used to be like the go-to place. I think it's kind of dead now. All right, let me tune these stabs up. Everyone must find Alex's DeviantArt. See what his Sonic OC looked like. It's no secret. You can find my DeviantArt. There's nothing really on it. It's the same shit that's on my Flickr and what used to be my old Instagram. There's nothing cool on it. I just used to draw stuff. I think I actually did draw a really cool... It's a real oil painting I did. It's a giant oil painting of... You guys know the game Stalker? I think it just came out with a new one recently. Where's my lube pen? You guys remember Stalker? So I did a really cool oil painting back in the day, and I think I posted that on DeviantArt. Nobody in my family likes that painting. I wonder why, but nobody likes it. Everyone says it's creepy, because it's just some guy with like an AK-47. How old am I? I am 35 this year. Take a sip of coffee. Show it? You know what? I kind of do want to show you guys. Let me go find my Stalker painting. 1 second. And then we'll continue with the build here. Thank you, Shikigami. I appreciate you, man. Let's see if I can quickly find this. One thing I'm still not good at this day is organizing all my art. I suck at this. One second, everybody. Oh my god, I have to go through all these pages. Have you ever realized that the real art is actually you? You are so kind. Appreciate you, man. Did I go to art school? No, I never went to any art school or anything like that. Okay, it's a really small picture, but the actual photo, the actual canvas, I think is 2 foot by 3 foot. But this is what it looks like. Hold on, is this. I thought it was cool. I did this in like 2007 or something. I don't know. It was like one of my very first large oil paintings. What, in the kill zone? I actually have way better oil paintings. This is the only one I've ever taken a photo of because it was my favorite one. But yeah, that's it. It's not... This is like when I first started. I feel like I could have done way better now, knowing like how lighting works. But yeah. I thought there would only be a stream tomorrow. Oh no, I'm not streaming tomorrow. Today's the only stream. I think it looked cool. For how old was I? Like 17, 18 years old? Not bad. One of my very first large-scale paintings? Sure. What was the inspiration for that? I really liked video games. I was a nerd. That's my inspiration. Okay, let's see. Do they have the suggested spots in which we're supposed to be using these? Or is it kind of just put them on top of where the O-ring standoffs would be? And to answer your guys' question, there was no O-ring standoffs. Was there suggested spots? I'm assuming on top of where the O-ring standoffs are. if I leave you my Gmail, if you ever plan on giving away mutagen, I'm never giving away this set. I love it too much. Yeah, you know, the beauty with this, by the way, like Destin said too, is you can kind of just put these wherever, guys. You don't have to just put them where people suggest. But I know last time there was suggested spots. Can I inform you, sorry, can I inform if you have built a French ISO custom board for a client? I'm like 99% positive I have. You know what, let's just put them here and then let's take off this one here. Okay, I'm still gonna be very upfront with this. I still don't love these gasket things, these PCB snaps or whatever they're called. They're not my favorite. I know some people think they're really, really good, and that's totally fair, but they're not something I absolutely love. I'm going to put them in these positions here. I guess that's one of the beauty of these, though, the positives, is you can just do whatever. So I'm going to put 1, 2, and 3, and then I'm actually going to, see, one just fell off. I'm actually going to put 3 on this side, too. Do you know if Monaco Keys hot swap PCB will work with the schema? If it's universal, then most likely. If it has a daughter board, I mean, I'd have to take a look at it, to be honest with you. I'm not 100% sure. Okay, it's going to fall off again. These PCB snaps took me 30 minutes to put in my Chronos. Yeah, again, I'll always tell you guys, since the day I use these, I'm not 100% sold on PCB snaps. Never have been. I feel like they're very awkward, but to each their own. Some people live and breathe PCB snaps. You know what? I think this one here has to go here. I don't love them though. You know, I'm just gonna put this one here actually. Okay. It's a nice concept. I just feel like they don't have enough grip on the PCB itself. All right. So we got that laid in here. Again, we have 1, 2, and 3. And then we have 1, 2, and 3. And let's put some keycaps on. I like the color scheme of this, though. This is cool already. And then we'll try with the copper weight, and then we'll try with the stainless steel inserts, and mix some things up for the different weights here. Now, as for what I want to use for keycaps, I don't know why my mind is saying Mudbeam, but we just used Mudbeam. You know what, Minus, I was literally thinking Greg actually wouldn't be terrible on this, considering brown and yellow look really good together. Do we just do Greg? I have Osame sets, but I have to go unbury them. Oh, I did find this alexotos fan art. Oh yeah, is this Falshies? Yeah, False, this is so cool. This old fan art, that's so cool. I can give you a different yellow GMK set, Alex. Which one? Serica? Nah, I'll just do Greg. Screw it. I'll treat you guys today. Oh. You had fans in 2021? I've been streaming for a while now, man. The more sometimes I think about it and I'm like, damn, I actually forget how long I've been streaming. All right. A little Greg today. I'll treat you guys. My treat. Actually, really quick though, I do want to just a little bit. Not a lot. Oh, my Switch came with me. Are any of you guys going to KeyCon tomorrow? Okay, unironically, I actually think Greg's gonna slap on this. Well, base color of Greg. I don't actually have the entirety of Greg. Does the PCB sit flush or are there wiggle room left and right? In other streams, there was often too much space there. I mean, we can figure that out here in a sec, but I'm not 100% positive. Oh, it does shift left and right, which is, I guess, an annoying thing to see. But yes, I think if you apply enough pressure, it does go left and right. We'll talk about that here in a second. There's a few things in which I feel like I want to talk about with this board. Got this cool artisan that goes there too. Who redeemed? I offered it to everyone. No sub goal, no nothing. Just enjoy a day of Greg. That's it. Should I not be doing this, Annette? You give me the word right now. I'm going flight got canceled though due to weather, so I won't get into till tomorrow instead of today. I'm bringing my manta. Hey, dude. Oh man, I'm so jealous. Is anyone streaming at the event? I would love to watch or just like see what's going on. If you guys are going and happen to be in my Discord, would love to see photos. Pretty please. This is a bad choice for keycaps for this color. Should I take off Greg? Oh, it's a good choice. Oh no, you said bad choice. Is this the one time you guys don't want Greg? I'll take it off. Not gonna hurt my feelings none. What does your heart tell you? It only tells me about you guys. Just filled your contact form today about a custom board. I'm super new to keyboards in your channel. Really nice to be able to watch it build. Thank you, Matt. I'll take a look here. I mean, I'll be honest with you, I probably won't be checking my emails until Monday, but I'll try to get to them tomorrow morning. So expect a response for Monday. Can we remove the ban on the word Greg? Annette, please. This Annette guy, dude. Remember, kids, if your pee looks like Greg, drink some water. That is also very true. Why is it banned? I don't know anymore. I feel like we've come to terms with Greg at this point here. And Annette is about to be replaced by Adam. Is Adam here right now? Kind of curious. If Adam's here, I was going to ask if he would be willing to remove the word ban. And if that's so, then there would be a transfer of power today. But it doesn't look like Adam's here at the moment. Poop and pee. I mean, yeah, it does kind of look like a poop and pee board. Your daughter would be right. Sorry for the question. Shipping to EU, is this possible or difficult? For this board, I think there's an EU vendor for this board. So it would be extremely easy for this board. If you're talking about keyboards in general, just find EU vendors. They would help a metric butt ton in getting you the correct products without having all the hassle of importing stuff. No, these go 2 over. EU vendor is Monaco Keys, yes. And customs built by you, the legend himself. I also can ship to EU, but again, my shipping to EU, like if I were to build this board, for example, for you, it would be normal everyday shipping, at like a business rate, mind you, but you would still be in charge of having to import it into the country yourself. There are some cases in which I can prepay the duties for people, but it's actually not super duper common to parts of the EU. Did I move this to the wrong spot too? I did. I asked about EU vendors in EU Keyboard Club Discord recently, and I got this list: Oblotsky, Delta Key, Monaco, Eloquent, Clicks, Coffee Keys, Core, and Unikeys. Yeah, I also have a vendor list with a whole bunch of vendors that I trust and like. There are some vendors that I have omitted off that website just based off of history or personal experience or other people's experiences when it's been a mass amount of bad experiences. You can look at that too. Alex, if I were wanting a list of trusted vendors created by, say, someone who builds and designs keyboards, where should I look? You could look on my website. Thank you very much. I think there's a command in Discord for that. I would really like to also be able to sort by region. You can also use my website for that. Thank you for bringing that up. What's the link? I think the exclamation point is exclamation point vendor list or something, or I think that's the command. Or is it exclamation point list? It's one of the two. It'll pop up here in chat. These are Tororo switches. God, I cannot pronounce these. So nice. Thank you, Bun. Appreciate that tier 1, man. Love you, buddy. You lied? It's one of the... there it is. One person got it right. It's vendor list. See? I had a feeling. I just couldn't remember. I actually really don't mind Greg on this board. It's actually looking kind of fire. No, I don't know what the Switch is themed after, to be honest with you, but I think it's supposed to be like a take on Cherry MX Browns. I don't know if it's like a direct replacement, but it has to me, it actually has a very similar feeling to them, just based off of the little bit that I've typed on it so far. They're named after Ferrero Rochers and the Toro the dog. Is that? I mean, that would make sense. That is funny, actually. I love Ferrero Rochers. They're so good, man. I gotta be so careful around those things. Normally, I would say, like, I'm not really a chocolate guy anymore, but there are specific ones that I go nuts for. Does it come with aluminum or rubber battery inserts by default? It looks like it comes with those Poron battery inserts. I think that's the default, and then you can buy extra ones for, I think it was around $25 to $35, which is not a terrible price. I remember when Wing Trees came out with Yu Ying Light Browns, kind of meh, how do you think these compare? I have to type on them first, and then I can tell you. But I do remember using those. I don't know if I used those on stream or not, but I agree, they were just okay. That's why I never really brought them to stream. I have to go and see out Ferrero Rocher for her. For what happened? Oh, like you can't say it in front of... Okay, I get what you mean, dude. I get what you mean. Whenever you say it, you have to go buy some. That's also a dangerous game. Jackie, I'm just gonna time you out because I don't know. I don't trust that. I don't want no one to type whatever you just said either. I think it's kind of like strange behavior. I'm gonna take precautions here. Nothing personal. Sounded like some bot behavior to me. Okay. Am I wrong, guys? I don't know. Okay, so... No, I wouldn't do that, Silver. This is from Novel Keys. Okay. Let's see what this sounds like, and then we can go and dive into more details here. Yeah, I do see what you guys meant, though, whoever mentioned that. There is a little bit of give. You kind of have to slide it back and forth to get this perfect. All right, that's annoying. All right, let's see what this sounds like. I mean, this doesn't sound that bad already. Actually, these switches sound pretty good. I think these switches need just a hint more lubricant from the stock lube here. For me, anyways. In its stock form, it sounds pretty crispy, though. I do like it. I don't think it has the bass of a Neo 65, but let's try putting in the weights. So I just want to mention a few things before we carry on here, though. We used a PC plate, so this is the default plate. We used those Torero switches and then some Cherry stabilizers. I like the way it sounds. It feels a little bit softer, not even like the medium firmness you would get normally. There's no internal ridges on this, no. It's a pretty simple build. There are a few things that I already have just a smidge of a gripe with. So number one, I don't love PCB snaps. I think they're a bit fiddly, and I think I got honestly really lucky when I inserted it here, although I did drop it a few times just because they weren't sticking to the PCB very nicely. So I don't love the way this mounts. It's not my favorite, and then this is a very personal thing I'm mentioning here. Like, it's not like I hate PCB snaps. They're just not something that I feel like that are fun to use. Like, they're not like, I don't know the right word here.
Finally made it to a live
again. Thank you, Kev. I appreciate you, man. Yeah, they're not practical. I think there are better ways to go about getting this particular mounting style without having to fiddle with the parts. Number two is I do feel like alignment can be an issue if you put this in. Like, I can literally just quickly move the board over to the left. You know, and like now look at the spacing gaps. So I would like to see some sort of way to better align this without having to like manually shift it back and forth. Perhaps this is one of the trade-offs for a cheaper board, but I feel like it doesn't have to be that way. And then number three, the only other thing that I felt was a bit concerning, and I think is more important than anything else that I mentioned here, was the bowing of the weights. Again, I'm going to see if the thicker weight makes a big difference here, but as you guys can see, even with all 4 screws in, it's not 100%. So it's perfectly flat over here. Well, it's not perfectly flat, but it's like as intended to be over here. But once you get to the center, it bows outwards, which is a bit of a shame because I feel like that kind of, I know it's a cheap board, but it does cheapen the feel of it a bit. Is it mission critical? Probably not for your overall sound and feel of the board, but it would be nice to get it fixed. And for those who care about those things, it'd be nice to get some sort of confirmation that this exists, right? Other than that, the board feels really good. Like, it sounds really good. For under $100, if you were looking to pick something up that you wanted to tinker with, this could be a really fun pickup. Looks-wise, very simple though. So you do have to be very, again, aware that this is not going to be something that's out there in terms of the way it looks. It's very simple in its construction. They do that on purpose though. This is how it gets so cheap. But let's see now by adding the copper bottom, see if that bow fixes. And then let's also see about adding those weights. This is why I love your reviews, so detailed and fair. Thank you, Oz. Oh, Oz, all your switches are done, by the way. Let me know when you want me to ship them to you, because I know you had mentioned that you might not be home or something. So this is going to come off. We'll remove the pour on here. The red weight looks sick. I would like to see if it's that vibrant in person. Okay, so I guess let's put in the stainless steel inserts first. I almost feel like this won't make much of a difference. I'm kind of like thinking it won't. Seems like the basic things need to fix a little bit of that. Technic, thank you so much,
Probably
man.
the last sub I'll be able to give for a while. Rent went a bit up and I got a save for the schema. Thanks for the streams, Alex.
I appreciate you even doing that for me today, Technic. Really appreciate you being here. Definitely save up for rent. I think that's more important than subbing to me. Thank you so much then. Gosh, thank you so much again though, man. Where were those screws? Here they are. Sounds good, Oz. Funny you ask, red weight is definitely as vibrant in person. Have you seen the red weight in person, Destin? Lucky. All right, well, bit is this? Is it a different bit? Totally different bit. Okay. Thank you, Headshot. I've been watching you since I was 14. I'm 21 now. Damn! Watch me since I started. God damn, Headshot. I think I started what? Yeah, I started about 6 years ago. Holy shit, that's crazy. It's still weird to think about me streaming that long, man. Yeah. Again, I always feel like I've been streaming for just a few years. Like, I feel like I just started like a few years ago. So, it's so weird to me, man. I was sent out the raw/red. Oh, dude, that would have been so sick to see in person. Let me see if I can find a picture. I would love to see the picture. I'm still very curious to see what these are for. But I guess I won't have confirmation. I do like how there's cable channels, which, I mean, I know they're supposed to be there, so the wires from the batteries can be there, but it's nice to see how they're routed. Alright, let's try putting this copper piece on and see if it has the same type of bowing issue, because this is aluminum, I think. This is a much more dense piece. So let's see how this works. Oh, I guess I need the other bit too. I dropped this hobby for 4 years and came back, and everything just becomes so much more affordable with a lot more options. Dude, it is crazy cool what you can get now. I feel like we've, as a community, really dialed in our wants, you know? And I think vendors and designers have really responded well to that, in my opinion. Man, these tiny screws are scaring me a bit. Alex, your intelligence and sharp wit are incredibly attractive, but it's your positive energy that completely steals the room. Thanks, Bat. I appreciate you. Okay, this does not have that same issue. As you guys can see, the more dense weight lines up absolutely perfect. There is no room for this to bow anymore. I don't want to talk anymore. I'm just gonna like be a silent keyboard streamer, I think. Yeah, so this completely fixes it, but it does seem like, I don't know. I'm not 100% happy with the way that the aluminum one sits on the back. Like, I don't think the curvature is something that would make me very happy. I think I would almost need this to be flat in order for me to really like this. I also wonder if the SS weights could be a benefactor of that as well. Oh, do you mean like the bowing? Well, I did put the stainless steel weights in too. I think it's just literally the aluminum weight. I don't see how the weights can make that big of a difference. Unless somehow these are pushing on the back of it, which this could be the problem, but I'd have to do more experimenting. Let's see how this sounds. I'll take out both headphones for this. I can hear definitely a little bit more of like a fullness, but is it really like a make or break when it comes to spending the extra money? I don't know. I don't think so. Like at most I would say if you really want the board to be heavier, just get the inserts. I don't know if it's like super duper detrimental to the sound to the point where like, yes, this is the must buy. It actually wasn't too bad with just the aluminum and then the pour-on inserts too. I am surprised how much I like this spacebar, considering this is a plate choice that I normally wouldn't go for. I do like the modifiers a lot right now too. I think the modifiers, I can hear a bit more of the difference here. okay. Let me actually price this out with all these additional upgrades here. 1 second. I want to see what this would come out to. Let me just move this over. Let's see. So if I decided I want to grab this particular color, let's just call this vintage, even though it's not, with a gold colored weight here. And then we're also going to get the copper weight as an addition. And then we'll get a stainless steel battery compartment filler. And let's go with the hot swap PCB. We'd be looking at $150. So at this point here, now we're coming into the territory of, do we like this or do we like the Neo 65 core? Which is, and let me price out the core one more time before I forget. The core with a plate would be $135 for a hot swap with a plate. I don't know if I would decide. I don't know if I would personally say this is the $15 premium over the Neo 65 Core Plus. Now I will admit, I like the way this board looks a bit more than the Neo 65 Core Plus. This board has a, I'd say, more traditional look. The Neo, again, has that like silly logo on the back, but you know, I do think the Core Plus is a bit more refined overall. Plus, you know, with the Core Plus, you get 2 mounting styles that you can experiment with, and I would even say like the alignment of the internals just feels better. Yeah, we can see the bottom of this again. However, if you like the look of this and like the machining and like what this has to offer, and don't plan, which I almost feel like you don't need it, if you don't plan on getting all these extras, then the under $100 price point, to me, like if you decide you don't want the copper weight, if you decide you don't want the stainless steel batteries, I think the $100 price point, very attractive. Plus, kind of like what Wonder just said too, we get the option of going HE. We get the option of going EC, which we have an HE PCB over here. Again, I don't know anything about this particular, I don't know which parts these are, but you can technically go HE. I'm almost, I really don't even feel like getting the extra parts are worth it. Maybe, if anything, just get yourself the copper weight. So this part, just to change up your look. I don't know if those compartment fillers are worth the extra $25. Yeah, and to get, I guess these are EC, ANSI, RS 35 grams or 50 grams, I'm not sure, but this is an extra $110 just for this. I know you said this is probably a little overpriced. I feel like that's kind of like the going rate these days if you want to get into EC stuff. I don't think it's terribly overpriced. I probably just wouldn't get it myself. Mainly because I don't know, I have to do research on what these even are. Many have EC parts though. A lot of things do offer EC nowadays, yeah. The board for HE is the Venom HE PCB, which for that and an FR4 plate for $55 makes sense. I think this is the cheapest EC kit, to be honest. How much was the Agar again? I guess the Agar is a 60% though. Again, I think this is a fair price for EC. It's not super duper overpriced. Alright though, I'm going to be honest with you guys though. This is a tough one. Cheaper boards are always a bit tough, right? Because we have Neo. It's hard to compete. Where I think this is slightly taking the edge is if you go full aluminum and decide you don't want any of the additions that you get here in terms of heavier, more dense materials. If you decide you want to go with that, I feel like it's a decent pickup. However, my caveat here is, maybe we try, actually I'm going to take this out right now too, just try it one more time. I don't like the way this bent on the back. I feel like this has to get taken a look at, or else this is kind of a turn off for me. And the other caveat as well is I would like to see some sort of measure in which the PCB doesn't slide left and right when you can. I don't like this fact that you can shift this back and forth like this. I don't like that. Let me see. Let me see if it's just those Poron gaskets causing it to be pushed out. Let's see, shall we? Agreed. Just go all aluminum base kit because you can't kit with copper. Can't kit it with a plate of choice, and that makes it so not so crazy in value. Yeah, I think the crazy value part is just getting it in its base form, to be honest with you. You can kind of do that with O-ring board, so it's not really a big gripe. I feel like it's less present with O-ring, though. Not to take away that it can happen with O-ring as well. It just feels less present, just because you don't have like a literal gap on the side in some cases. I feel like the most viable configuration for this is all aluminum, or just going all aluminum EC or all aluminum HE. I feel like those are decent pickups. Agar's getting a Dynacap. Oh, is it? That'd be sick. Huh, maybe it is those Poron pieces making it stick out in the center. So it's still a little bit present, but it's not as bad now. Maybe the Poron just needs to be adjusted. So it's still a little bit there. Definitely not as crazy as it was before. But you can see that it's not as bad now. And that's because we removed the Poron and put the stainless steel pieces inside. So it does look like the Poron needs to be slightly adjusted. Ideally, though, the true fix for this is to put 2 extra screws in the top and bottom. Or make the aluminum thicker. That would be the actual fix. But yeah, not too bad. All right, though. I think that pretty much concludes our KRAZE build. Is it worth your $99 or I guess $100 plus shipping? I mean, hell, if you go solder, it's only $95. I think it is a decent little pickup. However, I do want to see 2 things addressed, like I mentioned, being this weight being pushed in by the Poron, or pushed out by the Poron, as well as maybe just something so it doesn't slide around back and forth. Is it worth picking up versus the Neo 65 core? Only if you want to do all aluminum. I think the core is a better all-around keyboard once it gets to the $150 price point. But that becomes irrelevant if you prefer the design of the KRAZE, which I do think that the KRAZE, to me, has a more fun pattern on the bottom. But I actually like the Neo Core side profile. It's just a smidge better, though. I think they made it a little bit more simple with the box on wedge. This has that little like notch on the bottom, which I'll admit does nothing for me. Personal preference, though. And again, a lot of the stuff I'm talking about when it comes to looks, it's all personal preference. You could hate it or you could love it. Hydrate? Oh, my camera is not liking this bottom weight, huh? It is personal preference. I'm going to hydrate with coffee. Is it okay? Now we build a moon tower. Unfortunately, I don't have a moon tower to build right now. There's room for both if you like the design. That too. God damn it, dude. God damn it, dude. And I think that's it. There's no more accessories that I think we can really talk about on this. Hold on. I'm getting hypnotized by the bottom. I have to say, though, the pattern on the copper comes out way more prevalent, though. Like, it looks so much more fun on the copper piece. Don't you think? Are you getting type box? Not that I know of right now. We'll do Sunday photos in a second here. Hold on. If you can do solder and are comfortable with the 60 layout, I think the Neo 60 core would be a better option. Well, I think that's a different layout now. I'm just talking strictly 65 versus 65. But if you wanted a 60, then sure. Oh, and then just one thing, I feel like maybe I didn't touch upon this enough. Feeling-wise, this is a pretty soft type. Not softer than that other board we did from Unikeys the other day. That thing was crazy. And then I think comfort-wise, this fits the bill for a comfortable type. Yes, Pancake? Do they have a copper plate? I didn't see a copper plate. Do you mean like a plate to put in the switches? I did not see a QK update. Can you show it to me? I'd be curious. Oh, copper weight. Yes. It says copper weight under add-ons. It's on the main page. All right, let me set up Sunday photos. No more solder from QK. It makes sense. I knew this was going to happen eventually. I think even with Mantas, solder wasn't a very popular option. People prefer hot swap. What can I say? Like, listen, I'm sad about it personally. Definitely sad. But like, it's something that I'm expecting. So I'll only shed like 2 or 3 tears. I get it though. Neo 65 restocked a few days ago and sold out again in like 2 hours. That's crazy. That's absolutely crazy. Sent a DM. Let me see, Dustin. I'll take a look right now. Damn, you sent me the raw file. That's crazy. Hold on, let me open it up. 1 second. Oh shit, this looks great, dude. That's a really nice photo you took. I don't know if I can show this particular screen though. All right, let me set up Sunday photos for you guys. Hey Alex, do you think GMK 8008 will pair well with the forced age aluminum schema? Absolutely. This is such a neutral color. I don't think you'll have problems pairing with it. Share with the class? Let me see if I can share this particular screen. It's the Sony image editing thing, so hold on. What is this even called in the back end? Is this it? Okay, it's called Edit. This is what it looks like. Sorry, the screen is not... This is Sony's terrible editing program that I had to install just to update something that I need to do, but this is the red on the KRAZE. The red looks really good. Yeah, it auto opened in Sony. Is there a way that I can like white balance? No, not white balance. I don't know how to use this program. Shading composition? What the fuck is this? I don't even know what these are. Tone curve? Who knows? I don't get this. All right. This is a terrible program. Let's go switch to Discord and figure this out. I DM you the rest of the announcement. Has some interesting things. Let me read you guys the announcement that Pancake sent me. Let me see. Am I still in this Discord? Oh, shit. All right. We're going to be... You guys want to hear what the QK is doing? I'm actually very curious. So their announcement reads, we have indeed discontinued some products recently. However, product discontinuation is a normal part of the product lifestyle or life cycle. Makes sense. In most cases, demand has naturally declined over time. And when we decide to discontinue a board, it usually means we're preparing a new version to fill the gap in the product line. So we are seeing more stuff from them. That's cool. Sometimes you'll see people asking about discontinued models, but it doesn't necessarily reflect the overall sales performance of those products. I don't think they need to say that one there. That seems more of an internal announcement. Number 2, the same applies to colors. We frequently introduce new colors such as teal, taupe, dusty rose, and many others. As products mature, some colors naturally prove more popular than others. These are pretty normal things. And less popular colors may eventually be phased out. That said, we do our best to ensure that each color family remains available in at least one active model wherever possible. Interesting. Accessories such as PCBs and plates follow the same logic. For example, some users may have noticed certain solder PCBs have been discontinued. The reason is simply that demand for solder PCBs is very limited nowadays. Rest in peace. I miss my solder PCBs. I knew this day was coming eventually. Once the initial batches sell out, it can be difficult to justify purchasing another production run due to manufacturing about Q. So hopeful maybe. They're saying maybe certain solder models will be discontinued. QK Series has indeed shifted its focus towards pre-builds. However, Neo and Owl Lab... Oh, okay. So Neo and Owl Lab series remain focused on custom keyboard kits. I ain't gonna lie, I'm not even mad. QK Series is more of like the wannabe Matrix lineup from them, I want to say, which looks cool, but yeah, it makes sense to have those as pre-builds. As for the pre-built versions of Neo 75 and Neo 98, the reason that we are now working with more offline retailers than ever before. Many of these retailers are interested in our products, but primarily serve customers who are new to custom keyboards for the hobby. As a result, they requested pre-built versions of Neo boards. Okay, so that's just a B2B thing. Since we're already talking about the future, here's a small sneak peek at what's coming next. Many of you have probably already seen photos of the Owl Lab Aria 80. Neo will be releasing at least 2 new barebone kits later this year. Alice Duo has been discontinued due to what word is this? Due to force majeure reasons? I don't know what this word means. I need to look this up. Define. A standard clause in business legal actions safety net. Wait, what? Act of God? Superior force. So it's an act of God. Unforeseeable circumstances, essentially. All right, flex on me with your English knowledge. Thanks. However, we are currently evaluating and working on a new version of the Alice Duo. QK will be launching more pre-builds throughout the year. Okay, so they're not done with customs. That's cool. That's cool. That was the word of the year during the pandemic. Everyone was using it. Really? Oh, I didn't use it. I'm not part of the cool kids club. All right, okay. That's interesting. I have a feeling it must have been something to do with, like, maybe they were getting cables or parts of the Bluetooth stuff manufactured somewhere, and then that manufacturer just, like, decided to, like, screw them. There's definitely that. Alex, when will the Sonoma arrive for testing? Dude, I have no clue. I know I'm supposed to be getting one eventually, but I don't even think that's been shipped out. Hopefully soon. I don't know when, though. I apologize. All right, let's take a look at our Sunday photos. All right, let me share my screen. Time for a mass-produced alexotos X Bowl keyboard that big box stores can sell. You never know. Who knows? Maybe me and Bull will design something, but right now, it's going to be the schema. Okay, that is way too big right now. Hold on one second. We have some cool cats on the screen. All right. So here we go. We have the moon. So I'll take a trip to the moon. What'd you take a picture of this with? Do you have a telephoto that you're not telling us about, Mr. Iced? What? All right, what's this? Kodak Crush 65 with Nebula Patina. Whoa. Very cool. So how is this done? That is so interesting. I really like this. I know I did reach for the arrow keys, huh? I'm used to having the Manta in front of me. That is so cool, Fallen. We got some macro photography right here. That's a cool shot. Is it a grasshopper, I assume? Getting that's a feat on its own. We have new Cap Santa Lum keycaps and setup 1+1 stray Manta. Actually, these are a nice set. Ooh. Attack, thank you so much for the Prime, by the way. I appreciate it, man. What a dope setup, Pam. The set makes sense now. I think this is the perfect photo for the set. They should use this. What's the manta on? How'd you do this? Did you throw it up in the air and take a photo? Hopes and dreams. What's going on here, Pam? Explain to me. What kind of sorcery are you doing? We have a... What board is this? Oh, this is that... I know what this is. I forget what it's called, though. The collab one. The 910. Yeah. I don't remember. Who's this collabed with? Interesting. GSK, that's what it is. Yes. I love squirrels, by the way. People hate on squirrels sometimes. I think squirrels are freaking awesome. I'm a big fan. They're super duper cute. I know some people think they're just like rodents, but nah, man. I'm all for squirrels. Improving on the latte art. I can't do it at all. This is like 1,000 times better than what I can do, Fried, so you're already ahead of me, bro. Clutter. Keyboard is an Epomaker Galaxy 68. My guy has 3 phones. 4 phones! Fuck. Doing some business. I like your desk pad. That's cool, too. Developers. What do we got here? Ooh, these are cool. Where's this? I like that a lot. What do we got here? We got Banff. Ooh, so jealous. I've been saying I wanted to go all week to my girlfriend. I'm like, let's go back to Banff. Let's go back to Banff. Oh, I'm so jealous, dude. Oh, that's cute. I know exactly where you are. I was on this same area, same trail. Ah, I'm so jealous right now. Oh, there's more. Hold on, let me look. Yeah, same trail that we went on. That's the hotel, right? Well, that's a hotel. Gorgeous. Oh, you went during a good time too. It looks like the weather wasn't that bad. What's the little bag you store all your like lube syringes in plus tools? I kind of just use a pen tray now for everything, but then I also have just like a roll-up leather sleeve that I sometimes use. It doesn't have a brand or anything. It's just a leather like satchel, basically. Look up like leather tool trays. What do we got here? What's this? Weekend getaway. Without me? Whoa, I've never had caviar. Whoa. Oh, is this one of those like movies that you can go dine in? The VIP ones? I've never done that either. Those look so cool. Wait, where am I going? Hong Kong Comic Con. Why is the baby, why is Grogu in here, dude? In the glass case. That was cute. Hey, dude, that's sick. Very cool. A walk in the old town. Oh, shit. Even the photo editing on point right now? Wow, this is actually really pretty. I want a cinnamon bun. That's really pretty. Speaking of the same color palette, holy shit. We have a Manta Americano SE with GMK copper and a custom cable from Cool Keys to match. And you even got the keycap puller from Reggie. That's crazy. That looks great. What a good combo of stuff. What else we got here? We have Trollbot posting something. What is this? What board is this one here? The side profile's cool. Little indentation on the side there. Okay, when did we start putting food photos back in this? Like, I don't know if you hear my stomach's growling like crazy already. But like, why did we start doing this again? I want that. I want fries, right? Fries sounds so good right now. Love modding cheap keyboards like this one. Attack Shark X87 swapped with Newfie Raspberry switches and some random keycaps. My girlfriend would love these keycaps. I put a lot of I put a lot of effort into my food photos. It's real photography. Oops, don't click that. Can you ban this guy? Gamba? Looking good. I don't know about that one there. Where's the L? Oh fuck. Never mind. Never mind, dude. Okay, and next time Adam comes into chat right now, I'm switching back to moderator, dude. I'm switching back the mod status, dude. He said, looks like my old desk. My old desk was not like this. It was the other way around, first of all. It was bent the opposite way, all right? Get your shit straight. It was like this. Not like this. Hey, at least it's not too bad on the inside. That's not too bad. It's like in decent shape. That's fucked. How did this even happen? That's crazy. All right, what do we got here? Bunny Girl 65 built with a PBT plate MX Tways DCS Pink Alert. Let's see this one. This is based off what? Bunny Girl Senpai or whatever, that anime? They've remade this like 4 times, haven't they, with this anime? I feel like they're doing another version of this anime or something like that. Let's see what this sounds like. Ooh, that sounds really good with the DCS caps. A little low. I don't know why my volume is low right now. What do we got here? Some nice bird photography. Oh shit! What a good shot that is. Squirrels. Ain't no way, dude. That's crazy. That is hilarious. Hey, dude, these are really good. All right, let's see. More moons. Damn, you guys are all getting pretty talented at things here. What is this? TGR board? Ooh, nice setup. Who's this? Running? Nice setup. I like your desk. It's so cozy. Good set too. Ooh, this is a fun photo. Actually, this is a really cool color combination. Kikobo Monet. Okay. This is really fun. What is this? A gar with what keycaps? Key talk. Play it? It's the fish, no? I'm not gonna play it. I'm probably gonna get DMCA'd or something. No, I can't. I can't. Guys, I literally don't want my channel to be banned for any reason, okay? I'm not gonna play random sounds that are probably copyrighted somewhere. Alright, fine, I'll play it. It's too loud, though. Yeah, I've seen this. This is old, man. All right, let's see. What's this? W cable management. That's pretty funny. For Alex.
How to say room. Start with ruh.
Did you guys hear him? I'm gonna leave it up. Oh, where'd it go? Oh shit! I skipped all the way back to here. Let me go find where we were. Hold on, one sec. My bad. Hold on, wait. I'll let you guys be the judge if we should time out AMD. Hold on, one sec. For this blasphemy.
How to say room. Start with ruh. Ooh. Put them together. Room. 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 By the way, where you're messing up is when you say ooh. You are not enunciating the ooh enough, so it becomes rum. You need to enunciate the ooh, so it becomes room. I hope this can help you say room and avoid being bullied by Annette or Adam or myself. By the way, thanks for the key called 0.
No problem for the last one, but... Mod worthy? Alright, do we transfer mod from Edit to AMD? Do we do the transfer? You know what? That wasn't too bad. Sorry, what? And it keeps it? Let me think about that. Let me think about this here. You know, this could be a worthy transfer. Although he did say or me. He did threaten me with bullying. And I move on for now. Toby. What do we got for Toby here? Super mod? What do we have for Toby? We have... Oh, this is the Smurf. Very nice. We do like the Smurf. Well, I like the Smurf. Spider. With analog dreams. I know it didn't. You read it wrong, I know. You give me my mod to the other guy that calls your complaints mid, and then the other one is bullying your room. I'm just sitting here. Didn't you say something looked like my desk before? And you were making fun of my old desk? Just saying. Spent a week on a road trip through the US on Route 66. Don't make fun of the way I said that either, please. I'm Canadian. This is bullying at this point here. Helping a friend move last week. Took a few detours along the way through Death Valley, Las Vegas, and the Grand Canyon. Juggled 3 cameras on the trip, Pentax 6X7, a Leica M2, very nice, and the S5, is that a 2? 2? And it is probably something I won't ever do again, no. I've learned the hard way, you only bring 1 camera per trip at this point. Let's see, what do we got here? These are awesome photos, by the way. I love like the colors of everything here. Like this is so cool. I love this. Love this. What did you find you used the most for your cameras though? Oh, this is nice too. Yeah, the color palette's great on these. Even this, like this is so good. Here's some of my favorites on digital. So this was just with the Lumix and the Typoc 35 1.4. So this is mainly just the Lumix then. Yeah, just bring 1 camera. Honestly, I never do more than 1 these days. I used to do like 2 or 3. I used to juggle. I used to keep like a pocket camera. Now you just bring 1. If you don't feel like bringing it out, oh fucking well. That's kind of like what I've learned. My Manta with GMK cubed. Got confused there. I was like, well, who is this? I know who it is. We have a pretty cool Manta looking. Well, I'd like to see a side profile. This looks cool. Waited a month for a key and then looked at the hot swap pin for 6.25U at the bottom. Wait, what happened? Well, I'm confused. And look at the hot swap pin for 6.25U. It's not there? Oh, the thing on the inside? Oh, it's it. Is that gone? I'm not even sure what I was looking at. It's not there. Wait. Do none of these have it? It looks like the ones up top might. How the fuck did that happen? Oh, you're talking about this thing. I thought this was like glue or something. What the? How did this happen? Did it just fall off in transit or something? That's weird. All right, and our last one over here. Ooh, this is a pretty looking keyboard. Dude, Panels is such a good set. It honestly is such a good set, dude. Is this the ATA? No, it's not, is it? No, this is not the ATA. I don't know what keyboard this is. The ATA is different. Okay, we're going to pin this message. And the 7U doesn't have a whole pin. What the hell? Yeah, something... What PCB is this for? On the other side? That's so weird. Neo 65? What the hell? Hope you make merch with the stickers / Egotos. Lander, if you actually want me to make something with this silly I don't know what I'd do. Maybe a hat? But sure, I could do it for you guys. Oh, man. All right. I think that's it for the day today, guys. I'm going to report back to, I guess, I don't know who I'm going to speak to about this, but I'll talk to them about the Poron inserts pushing up on the weight a little bit, or I guess this is considered the weight. And then the other thing I'll mention is maybe the sliding, but other than that, I don't think it was, I don't think there was any other mission critical things need to report on this. I hope you guys found some value in this review today for the KRAZE. Hope it was good. Hope it was nice and objective for everyone. But thank you guys for being here. Really appreciate it. I wasn't here. Can you review it again? Oh. So next week might be a really busy week, just as an FYI. I'll do another type test for you guys. I will be doing possibly a schema build with HE sometime next week. And then we have our normal builds as well. And there might be one other extra thing we look at that I got asked to look at, which I don't know if I can fit it into next week, but it's going to be like a little pre-built. We'll see. Sunday's build is the new one from Kibu. I'm really excited. I think that one there is going to be a really cute little project. But hang in there for Sunday for Kibu's new project. But let's see how this sounded one last time, and then we'll go raid someone. Could you give us your conclusion as well as read? Oh, I thought I already did. I'll give you a final conclusion one more time, guys. I'll try to sum it in 2 sentences. In its aluminum form, I think it's worth the pickup. Anything more than that, you have to really like the way it looks. Or I would just suggest going with the Neo 65. I think the Neo 65 feels like a more whole board at that point there and better value with the extra materials. Like I said, there's a few things I think need to be tweaked. Other than that, I think it's a pretty solid board for about $100 in its hot swap form. Even better if you get the solder, and then if you get EC, it's still a decently priced product with the EC stuff. But again, I think there is some value trade-offs the moment you start buying some of the heavier parts. I don't think the sound changes too much, at least in a hugely noticeable fashion, to spend an extra $50, unless you like the way it looks. But I think that's kind of my my quick summary. I would suggest watching the whole stream, though. You can just get a secondhand HKB for EC, not gonna lie. Honestly, you make a really good point too. You could just go with a happy hacking keyboard at that point there. But if you really want something aluminum, then maybe this is a fun choice and you want to put it together yourself. Also, might be worth considering. Maybe that's worth where your money is. Thank you. I was thinking about it, but I think I'll add the schema LE. Do whatever you feel like you want to do with your guys' money. Remember, this is just me trying to give you guys the most insight possible for this particular board. I think it sounds pretty decent, yeah. I would actually prefer using the PP plate, I think, for this. The switches I'm actually happy with too. These Torero switches.
At alexotos, will you make an execute sticker if I order your next batch of switches? Also, I think it's paint transfer with the scuff, cause I did soapy water and the Lysol and I think the scuff kind of really faded and it's less apparent
I hate saying it, you gotta like put a lot of pressure. Fine, I'll make stickers or something. I gotta figure out how to sell those on the website though, ain't it? I'll do it. Only if you buy my next batch of switches though, deal? Alright. Let's go find someone to raid. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Really appreciate it. And thanks guys just for being here and hanging out. I really do appreciate the love and support you guys give. It's always so much fun having you guys here. Yeah, we're gonna go raid Extra Prius. Oh, typing in the wrong chat. Have a good one, guys. I'll talk to you guys on Sunday. Try to get some rest and relaxation this weekend. Don't take it too serious. I think it's really hot here tomorrow, so just stay cool.
Zar1D gifted a tier 1 sub to Quo 1395.
Alright though, guys. Enjoy and have a good one. Bye everybody and love ya.